This is the Giraffes Don't Eat Steak podcast, a show that brings you marketing stories, tips, hints, and much more. A treat for those who want to succeed in business or marketers who just want to learn.
Recording in progress. In progress. So you must still have a pain from the weekend.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
I think I still do.
Do you have a pain from the weekend?
I have a pain in my finger from jiu-jitsu. It's completely swollen. I don't know if you can see.
What did you do?
If you can you see the size of this?
I can. It's huge.
Yeah. I don't know exactly. Just something happened in jiu-jitsu and like that, and it's just really swollen. I can't move it any more than like that. That's the only movement I can do.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Well, I had 24 hours in high heel shoes dancing, so my feet were a little bit rough.
If you had a service that what could be the ideal service for as maybe a new business idea for someone to provide comfortable shoes in the interim while someone's dancing, like clean shoes,
and carry the high heels. Don't lose the high, just carry the heels.
Yeah.
And then bring them back when I'm done. Yep, that could work. Well, this is why people, they have the comfortable shoes in their handbag, but I don't have a handbag, so I don't think it would fit in my pocket.
You don't have a handbag?
I don't use a handbag, I just go with my backpack. So I wouldn't necessarily take my backpack dancing.
Your big black backpack that you
exactly
have your life in it.
So I don't take that with me.
I think I have seen you party with that though before.
Yes, I have. That was in Hungary, is when you're remembering. Because I hadn't checked into our boat hotel yet.
Oh yeah. Sure, there's been a couple of other occasions as well.
I'm sure, but I didn't this time.
But yeah, if you notice somebody walking like this, my feet. They've been on their feet all day dancing.
Absolutely.
That's the pain point.
So think about it, actually. Every idea in the history of mankind is to solve some sort of pain, right? You've just come up with a great idea on how to solve painful feet while dancing. I've got no idea how to solve your
I'm not sure how great it is, and I'm sure some people will have some hygiene issues with it, but
but it's all about pain points, right? And that's in marketing. What we're talking about is how we solve the pain that you're having.
Yeah.
And it's really fascinating because so often, I'm sure you have as well, we work with people who just want to talk about the features of the product, right? It is this color and it's this size and it does that. It's not, no one cares, right? Because they want to know, how does it solve my problem?
Yeah, exactly. Don't talk about this. It's talking about the specifics of the design, the implementation, the mechanics of it, and you can't say it's not interesting to everyone. That's not true at all, but that's not why someone's buying it. That's
Absolutely.
why no one's ever going to buy that. It's what was the analogy someone was saying when we were at that conference? The hole in the wall.
No one buys a drill bit. They want a hole. So they're buying a hole. They're not buying a drill bit.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So it's not like, I'm not going to buy this drill or this because has so many volts and it's da 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 blah blah blah. It's because
I want a hole.
I want a hole, and I know that it can fit the hole, or it can make the hole.
That's exactly it.
I actually saw something really interesting the other day. There's do you know what a cherry picker is? Like the big machines. It's like a kind of a crane on the back of a lorry thing, goes up, and a little basket at the top where someone sits in it, and they can either go up and chop the trees, or they're up at the top of the telephone poles, changing it, or they're up at a building, fixing the building. It's called a cherry picker. I don't know why. And so this is a thing that just extends. You can go like that. And on on the banners of the machines, because they were hired ones, it said height for hire.
Oh,
I thought it was
that's
brilliant.
clever.
Height for hire, which is really, really nice. And that it does exactly what you're saying. It's not talking about anything to do with the mechanics or anything like that. It's
Easy
pure.
to operate,
Yeah, no,
buttons.
no.
No, you want height? It's got,
Yeah,
I think that's brilliant.
it's really brilliant, isn't it? I thought, well, that's really good. Well done. It's exactly what you should be doing. They've understood the pain point exactly. I mean, it's now us saying like, yeah, it's obvious, but it's actually not. Well, it can be, but it's not easy to get to sometimes. Once you get it, and then someone says, "Oh yeah, of course, that's obvious. That's brilliant."
Yep, so true. I actually at the Tambo airport, when I was it there? I think it was either there or it was, I can't remember, one of the airports. They had a machine which said find your car. And I thought, that's actually brilliant,
Brilliant, because
right?
you always forget where your
I
car is.
always forget where
Always,
my car is, always,
yeah,
right? And so you put in the number plate and then it will show you on the map where your car is. And I'm like,
that's
how
brilliant.
awesome to understand the pain points, right? That
That
people
is brilliant,
feel.
yeah. And also it's kind of because whenever I meet someone, it could be on the reverse, or like find find your pickup. You could also do that,
Yeah.
because like a few times we're like, I don't know, my mum's come to pick me up from the airport and she says, I'm in blue car park, on the left hand side, blah blah blah. And I'm like, God, no. And my mum, bless her, doesn't know her left or right anyway. So I'm always quite skeptical if she's telling the truth or not. So if there was a machine, I could just put in the registration number and it was like a flashing a light or something. That would be amazing.
Yeah, I was so
Find your
impressed.
pickup. It's brilliant, yeah.
So, but and then when you market, right? Marketing becomes really easy if you understand this core pain that you solve and you talk about that, like your height for hire or find your car service, or it's talking about the real pain that people's feeling. And then everyone's like, yes, I need to find my car. That's exactly the service I need, or I need height, or that's what they respond to, right? Like you understand what I'm feeling and you solve it.
Yeah. So how do we do that? How do we find that pain point?
I think it's back to understanding your target audience, digging, you need to talk to them, you need to be in their shoes, you need to say, what is the real, and sometimes it's not an obvious problem. Sometimes you got to dig a little bit deeper and say, well, what is the problem? If you think about insurance, right? We sold insurance for a long time. It's the obvious, it's not obvious, right? No one wants insurance. No one wakes up going, oh, I really want insurance today. So if you dig a little bit deeper, what is the problem that you're solving? And it's fear, isn't it? It's fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of uncertainty, fear of loss.
Exactly.
How would my life be disrupted if my car got stolen? And so, that's what insurance is a hard one. Maybe I should have left that one alone. But, and, in English, we always said peace of mind. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That's what we sell. We sell peace of mind. You can stop being afraid and relax knowing that we've got your back. And then, of course, peace of mind, the phrase did not translate into any other language we worked in, which was
Yeah.
really hard.
Yeah. So that's the other challenge in pain points, especially if you're in an international business. Sometimes the phrasing, or sometimes the sentiment can be very difficult, or there isn't a way of expressing that in words in other countries. So sometimes you then need to understand how you can get that point across, or because the pain point is still the same.
Yeah, pain point's the same.
Yeah, that
It's
was
how do
always
you describe the solution?
yeah, exactly. In a different language that
Yeah.
doesn't have a lovely phrase like peace of mind in English.
And then you also need to understand the type of pain, because you can get easy sell items. That's what I call easy sell, which is there's a nail in my foot pain. I need help now, right? people with that kind of product, I'm hungry, I want food now, whatever, immediate solve problems, that client is probably not going to shop around. They're probably not going to worry too much about price. They just be like, yes, solve it. I'll pay you whatever, do it now. How quickly can you do it? And so you don't have to go into a lot of credentials. Who am I? You can skip a whole lot of steps. And actually the only job of marketing is to be at the right place at the right time.
Yeah. That's
right?
a bit like auto insurance or something, isn't it? Because the auto insurance, that's obligatory, isn't it? Yeah, you have to have that. So
it's compulsory.
Compulsory. So it's not like I'm not going to necessarily go for the brand. I just go on a comparison site and just see which is the cheapest or whatever, and boom, done. Just your marketing, because they have to have it. That pain is not going to go away if they want to have the thing they want, which is the car.
Exactly. Same with travel insurance. I want to go on a trip.
Yeah.
For a visa, I have to have a travel insurance. Great. Who's available? Where can I get it? Because I want to go on my trip, right?
Yeah.
And then there's also, non-insurance-y stuff. That's, if you think about, I don't know, hair implants. I'm going to just say that now. I don't know why I'm saying that.
Why are you saying that?
I don't know why I'm saying that.
Why are you saying that?
But if you think about it, that's the people that you're marketing to, I have a need. I want it's done, right? Like you pitch up in front of them at the right time and off they go.
My
right?
Instagram feed is absolutely full of adverts for hair transplants.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder
don't know
why.
No idea why.
I won't tell you what mine's full of. That's quite scary.
I messaged Mikkel the other day, our mutual friend, after you sent me the photo, and I said, "Oh, I think you need to join me on a hair transplant." His response was,
he showed me. It was not polite.
It was not polite.
Yes, let's not put that on air. That would not be good. And then Des, right? There's three of you.
He wants to get one too.
Yeah, I sent you that pic of Des as well. So there's three of you. You can all go. And Des's wife and I will go party and look after you guys. And then the opposite of the nail in the foot pain point is the pebble in the shoe. And unfortunately, more than 80% of the clients we've dealt with have got that kind of solution. It's the long burn. It's the slow run. Most insurance falls into that category. Life insurance, a classic one. You need it. It's there. It's a niggle. It's at the back of your head, but it's not top of your priority list. And so the marketing message is different. It's more continuous. You need to be more aware of shopping around. You've got to keep spelling out the benefits, why you need it, why it's good for you. So it's a very different kind of marketing message.
Be there at the right time, at the right place. Like like a consultancy firm we were working with in the sustainable space.
Yeah.
They just need to have a presence, a continual presence, continually talking about development, regulatory changes in government, and
showcasing expertise, right? Showcasing why that's when you have to focus on why what's your credibility, what's your expertise, you know what you're talking about. But it's a slow burn. It's not, you're not going to get people going, oh, yes, please, running, and that's the pebble in the foot. And most of what we sell, even our marketing stuff that we sell, right, is pebble in the foot. Everyone's like, yeah, I need help. Yeah, I need help. Oh, I'll get there, but it's on the list somewhere, get there sometime. And we just
it's difficult when you purchase something that doesn't give you an immediate gratification, an immediate return, which is with marketing, is with a lot of consultancy businesses, because like PR business and things like that, there is not an immediate transaction of finance and reward.
Yeah,
it's finance, and you just see this finance going out, and you're like, and it takes time to build and accomplish something with that business. That's also the perception a lot of people have. So it's very hard to be able to, like you said, just to find a customer who has that nail in the foot. It's just kind of a little pebble rolling around in their foot in between their toes.
Yeah. And insurance, most insurance is like that, right? Life insurance, you hope you never need it because it means you're dead, right? Like, so, you know, when do you ever see that gratification? You don't. If you think, I mean, most stuff, right, is slow burn, not instant gratification. It's will writing. I helped a will client 2 years ago. Again, it's writing a will's on your list somewhere, especially, you know, when you get married or have kids or whatever, it moves up a little bit, but it's still like, oh, I've got time. Oh, it's not urgent. Oh, you know, but you're not going to ever see the benefit of that. Not for you, right? It's not going to be for you. It's for someone else.
Yeah.
So, Alex, how can we help people determine whether they've got a nail in the foot solution or a pebble in the shoe solution?
There's also so it depends on your business type. So understanding what your business is. So let's just take the example of insurance or consultancy. It's not something that it's not like a leaky roof where something needs to be fixed immediately.
Yeah.
It's your business offers a service where it is a long tail service where you'll be working with the client for months or years. In fact, that's a good way to indicate whether or not you have a pebble in the foot or a pebble in the shoe or a nail in the foot. So that was one way of doing it.
Yeah. The other thing is to also understand that you could have both. I was thinking of my dentist, right? So a normal checkup, my annual checkup, that's a pebble in the shoe, right? The annual checkup, just do a little clean, make sure everything's good. That's a pebble in the shoe. I know I need to do it, put it in there. But if something else comes up, I'm probably going to bump it and, you know, move it to later. It's going to, you know, it'll happen sometime, but I'm not urgent. But then I get a pain and suddenly I have a nail in the foot, phone the dentist, help me now. Yes, I'll pay weekend rates. I'll do whatever it takes. I'll cancel everything else in my diary.
Yeah.
Help me now. So as any business owner, you could end up having both, you know, solutions for nail in the foot and pebble in the shoe.
Yeah.
And also your nurture journey needs to be there with the pebble guys, because like my teeth, I had a pebble in the shoe, but then it changed into a nail. So your pebble in the shoe clients being there all the time, so that when that change happens and knowing what those triggers are that could make that happen, so that you're at that place going, I'm still here, pick me, because then they'll be like, yes, Erica, you're the one.
Absolutely. So the key really is to understand the urgency of your service to your business, and like you said, that could change depending on their situation, but also it could never change. So that's a key piece to identify.
Yeah. And like you said earlier, whether it's compulsory or not, right? Like if it's, you know, like car insurance or your MOT or, you know, whatever it is that there's no way out, those are probably going to be more nail in the foot kind of solutions. But whether it's, you know, makeup, for example, it's, you know, it's probably on the more pebble stage. You know, you won't, okay, some women will say they'll die without makeup, but you know what I mean? It's you're on that, on the more pebble stage, rather than if I don't wear, versus maybe acne cream. I've got 2 teenagers in the house now, so I'm exploring.
That's topical for you now.
You know, so maybe that would move more towards, you know, nail in the foot pain, because they're like, Mom, help me now, right? So it's absolutely understanding that where that fits in will then determine how you communicate.
Coming back to knowing your customer.
Always comes back there.
Funny that, isn't it? we could probably do an hour episode, which is just cuts from every single episode where we've mentioned target audience.
Okay, we'll do that at our we'll do that at our 1 year our 365th episode, Alex. How about that? We'll do our
just be an hour of 3-second snippets that have been taken from every podcast, and just to drill it in that this is the first thing you need to think about.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, it's been fun. I'll talk to you again.
See you soon. Hope you don't have a nail in the foot.
You too. Bye.
Bye. That wraps up this episode of Giraffes Don't Eat Steak. Thanks for joining us. I hope you found value in our discussion and got some new ideas to apply to your own business. Tune in next week for another round of marketing insights and inspiration. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave us a review and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. We appreciate you listening. Catch you next time on Giraffes Don't Eat Steak.